Harry and Meghan have carved out an unconventional path since stepping back as working members of the royal family. As 2024 begins, speculation swirls about what's next for the Sussexes. After a tumultuous 2022, Harry and Meghan seem eager to control their narrative and expand their business ventures. However, reconciling their desire for privacy with their media ambitions could prove challenging. Harry created headlines with the release of his memoir, Spare, in January 2023. He then attended his father's coronation and made solo trips to Japan and Germany. Meghan made limited public appearances last year, skipping the coronation and arriving late to the Invictus Games. The Sussexes remain committed to their production deals with Netflix and Spotify. Meghan hinted at exciting things on the slate at a gala last fall. They are reportedly developing documentaries, children's programs, and scripted content. Meghan may resurrect her lifestyle blog, The Tig, or return to acting. Maybe she's going to try her hand at producing. For her part, of course, Meghan is trying to drum up interest by being secretive about the whole thing. But the problem is there really anything to be interested in? One thing we are seeing for sure, though, is that the media is done playing nice with the Harkles. Instead, we're seeing much more raw and honest appraisals of what they're like as people, and why they have been such failures over 2023. So The Guardian, which usually is not very pro-royal family at all, in fact, they're pretty anti-monarchist. They have run a new article on Meghan and Harry with the title, "It Hasn't Delivered for Them. We're next for Harry and Meghan content creators." They're also pointing out that while we saw a whole lot of Harry, more of Harry than we'd ever want to see, in fact, in 2023, we didn't see much of Meghan. In fact, the only times we really saw Meghan out and about were when she chose to appear at these star-studded events, like the VIP and the VIP and the VIP and the VIP and the VIP box at the Katy Perry concert. She went to the Beyoncé concert 2 times. She supposedly went to see Taylor Swift, even though I still doubt that story. She and Harry showed up together at Kevin Costner's charity fundraiser, where, remember, she tried to steal the mic from somebody. And of course, she showed up to that variety event so that she could walk the red carpet and then be told to move along, please. But as far as content from Meghan, we have seen absolutely nothing. Now, in his book, Endgame, Scooby-Doo wrote, "One could imagine a cameo for her. She wanted it." Well, maybe Scooby-Doo could imagine a cameo for her, but honestly, I'm having trouble doing that. Because at this point in time, I think Meghan is yesterday's news in Hollywood. She's no longer interesting. She's not some young hot thing. She's not new at all. In fact, she's been trying in Hollywood for a very long time now, to the tune of decades. She still hasn't made it, so chances are she's not going to make it in 2024. But the question is she going to keep on trying? Well, according to some, probably so. Well, let's see what Scooby-Doo had to say about the reason that Meghan did not show up to the coronation of King Charles. Scooby-Doo claims that it was in order for Meghan to launch businesses and more creative projects that no one can ever say she's riding on the coattails of her royal connection. Okay, so let me get this straight. Scooby wants us to believe that Meghan Markle really has a lot of exciting stuff that she has been working on. Real stuff too, not just these made-up ideas in her head. But the reason she's not releasing anything just yet is because she wants more distance between herself and the royal family. Well, why doesn't she drop that Duchess title? That would be a great start. Scooby also claims that Meghan sees her future in business and philanthropy. Okay, whatever that means. PR expert Mark Burkowski has also weighed in on what Meghan might be trying to do next. He said, quote, "If you're appearing on red carpets and premieres, that means you're putting yourself on show for the type of people who might cast you, book you, use you. That's what Meghan's been about." Well, I mean, he has a point here. Meghan has been trying to get attention for herself. We see that she's trying to make this Hollywood comeback. We've seen all the puff pieces in the media about it. But do we believe it? Well, that's the problem. No, of course we don't believe it. Because again, who is going to hire Meghan? What director wants her starring in one of their films? What TV show would want Meghan starring? And an even better question, who would want Meghan Markle producing some film or show for them? So far, the only proof we have seen that Meghan is trying to make a comeback in acting or Hollywood or whatever is the ad that she did for Clever Coffee on Instagram, where she played an extra and not all that well either, I gotta say. The real problem with Harry and Meghan has been and probably will continue to be the fact that they are trying to punch way above their weight class. As Burkowski said, the trouble is all this high-ended stuff around the values that they portray, it hasn't delivered for them. A big problem for Harry and Meghan is that at this point in time, they cannot afford to be so choosy with the projects they get involved with. They need money, they're running out of it, and they've got to make some fast. Maybe right after they moved to the US, Harry and Meghan could have been selective about which companies they accepted deals with, but at this point in time, they do not have that luxury. As Burkowski points out, Netflix hasn't really worked, Spotify hasn't really worked, and that is because the sort of content that they feel they want to produce, the platforms don't believe it has any value. Well, I think we've got a pretty good idea about what Mark Burkowski is doing. He's got a pretty good idea about what he's doing, and he's got, remember the series that Harry wanted to make for Netflix? Or was it Spotify? I don't even know. Where he was planning to interview people like Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin about their childhood trauma and somehow connect that to the type of people they are today. And then there was another series that Harry pitched where he was going to interview the Pope about who knows what. It sounds to me like one of Harry and Meghan's biggest obstacles is the fact that they are so incredibly delusional. They simply don't understand what kind of content they are capable of producing. In Endgame, Scabies wrote that Harry and Meghan learned a mountain of lessons over the business side of things, and some commercial deals were perhaps made in haste, according to The Guardian. I'm not really convinced, though. I think Harry and Meghan really believed what they told everybody when they first signed these deals. I think they really believed that they were going to be able to create all this interesting content. And then when it came down to it, it turns out they didn't have any ideas. Honestly, folks, I'm going to be absolutely shocked when I hear that Harry and Meghan are shocked in 2024 if Harry and Meghan somehow land another deal that has anything to do with creating content. Seriously, I think corporations are going to be looking at what happened with Netflix and Spotify, and they are going to want to stay far, far away from those grifters. At this point, what company is going to want to get involved with them? They don't have any talent. They don't have any skills. They're nobodies. Of course, they've also got their charity foundation, Archwell. I'm sure that you could hear the air quotes. It's not like that's doing any better. I mean, they were down $11 million in donation money last year. And actually, they ended up giving out or spending more money than they brought in. Of course, they're trying to act like that's normal and pretend that everything is okay, but we don't believe it. This is just them trying to save face as always. Even Scabies, their biggest cheerleader, basically admitted that. He wrote, "The true purpose and mission of their charitable vehicle is still not completely clear," end quote. And that is a very big problem a lot of people are talking about, especially the fact that many of the causes they claim to support could easily be considered to be political causes. And so there was some tax stuff going on that's very shady with Archwell. Now, according to this article in The Guardian, sources claim that Meghan wants to build something rooted in her love of details, curating, hosting life's simple pleasures and family, and something safe and timeless that won't be accused of riding on the back of anything royal. That's according to Scobie. But again, what is she talking about? I mean, life's simple pleasures and family. Meghan hates her family. Meghan is the worst person in this world to talk about family values, something safe and timeless. Again, what could that possibly be? Sounds like a bunch of word salad nonsense, which is really no surprise considering who that's coming from. Another problem is Harry and Meghan's complete lack of self-awareness. Burkowski says that they need some critical friends around them. They need tough love. They need good people who can get them in the zone and not operate in an echo chamber. But I don't think they have that. They don't want people around them who are going to tell it like it is. They just want fawning sycophants. Burkowski also said, Harry clearly wants to be of value. They have to produce something that is meaningful, that captures their values. But unfortunately, people don't want that. People want the sidebar shame sort of stuff and turning up moaning and shouting and being disruptive. But I don't know that I fully agree with this PR expert. I mean, I think in the beginning, sure, people wanted the drama from Harry and Meghan. They wanted the dirt on the royal family. But at this point in time, after they have told so many easily proven lies, people simply are not interested anymore. So are they going to be able to move into some new career where they actually produce something meaningful? I don't know, but it's not looking good. And when it comes to trashing the royal family for cash, people are saying they're probably done with that. Probably. Joe Little is the managing editor of Majesty magazine, and he said, "You'd hope not." But I would say they've done a huge amount of damage to the institution as a whole, intentionally or unintentionally, in the past few years. I don't think Spare has presented Harry in the best light. I think perhaps scores had to be settled, but at what cost? But you just have to draw a line and move on. Perhaps he feels he said all that needs to be said. And now discussion time. Let's hear your thoughts on what Harry and Meghan may be facing in 2024. I want to talk about some of the opinions that you left under the video. Don't believe the hype. Sussex manifesting delusional hopes and dreams for 2024. Okay, the first comment that I want to talk about comes to us from a user named Philly3594. Philly says, Meghan will never work in Hollywood again, but thinks she will because after all, she's Meghan. It never occurs to her that she is loathed because she's such a rotten person. Harry isn't quite as deluded as Meghan, but is darn close to matching her insanity. Harry's always been a thick, self-centered, spoiled brat who apparently can't find his own way out of a paper bag. A new year doesn't mean new people. I imagine they will continue trying to make money by continuing their rant against the royal family and the monarchy. Most of us are appalled and disgusted at their behavior. Other than politicians, I have yet to see two people who do not care how blatant they are with their lies, their accusations, and their avarice for both money and fame. If they weren't so awful, they'd be pathetic. Can I tell you how much I love this comment? I mean, you hit the nail on the head. First of all, I agree with you so much about Meghan. I don't believe she's ever going to give up her dreams because she really is convinced that she is so great and wonderful, even though nobody else can see it. And I agree with the statement a new year doesn't mean new people. People who are predicting this is going to be the year of redemption for Harry and Meghan, I think are as delusional as those two are. I mean, what proof do we have of that? I think they're still going to continue to peddle the same BS and be shocked as to why it's not successful. And I, like you, doubt that they're going to really stop their attacks on the monarchy. That's the only way they know to make money. I think we're going to see more of it in 2024, but I hope I'm wrong. Okay, next comment I want to talk about is not really a comment about Harry and Meghan, but it is about another issue, the Keen channel stealing my videos. Sunset RCFE says, your last 3 videos posted 23 hours ago were posted an hour or 2 ago on the Keen channel. You ignore all my comments. I'm sorry about that. I really haven't been seeing them, but I'm going to let you know how to report on him. So if you scroll up to the video to like where the title is, you'll see join, you'll see subscribe, you'll see the thumbs up and the thumbs down and share. And then if you're on a computer, I'm not sure on mobile how it's going to look, but on a computer you'll see 3 little dots. So if you click the 3 little dots, it will give you the options of download, thanks, save, or report. So you want to select that flag that says report and you have to give a reason. So I think it doesn't matter so much which reason you choose. You can probably choose any of them. But what I've been doing is selecting spam or fraud and then fraud because it is fraudulent. They are claiming this is their content and it's certainly not. So anyway, I hope that helps. And again, thank you so much for your help on this. And I'm really sorry that it seemed like I was ignoring your comments before. Thanks again for watching this video. I really appreciate you taking the time to tune in. Before we wrap up, I want to invite you to take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Your support means so much and helps us continue creating great content. As we head into 2024, I wish you all the very best for the new year ahead. May it be a year filled with health, happiness, and success in all your endeavors. 2023 was quite a ride, but I'm hopeful 2024 will bring positive changes and new beginnings for us all. Wishing you a wonderful 2024. I'm excited to continue this journey with you. Thanks for being here and for being a part of our community. Now let's hear what Kate London has to say. Kate says, I think the best thing Meghan Markle and Harry could do to have a successful year in 2024 is just to do nothing at all. They are massively overexposed and the public is beyond sick of them, even if they were talented and hardworking and likable. If the people are tired of you, everything you do is doomed to fail in the public eye. They remind me of the woman who has a boyfriend who is bored of her, and she just keeps doing stunts to get his attention. Has that ever worked in the history of the world? You have to let him miss you. Same with the public and the Harkles, let us miss you. Yeah, Kate, I love this comment because you are so right. They really are like a couple of pitiful girlfriends who just can't take a hint. I could not agree with you more that the best thing they can do now is lay low. I keep saying that, but I don't think they're going to listen. Alright everybody, that's all the time we have for now. Thank you again for watching. I wish you a wonderful 2024 filled with health, happiness, and success. Enjoy our channel and please subscribe so you don't miss any updates. I appreciate your support in 2023 and cannot wait to continue our journey in 2024. You have a great day and I'll see you in the next video.